Are you planning to give birth naturally? Or are you considering an epidural? It's one of the biggest questions every pregnant woman faces. Both choices come with benefits. Both come with challenges. And the truth is, there's no one right way to give birth. Today, I want to share not only the pros and cons, but also a piece of my own birth story, when I delivered my baby girl, so you can see how real moms use these tools in the moment. What natural birth means? When we say natural birth, we usually mean giving birth with little or no medical pain relief. Labor begins on its own, and you work with your body using tools like breathing, movement, or visualization instead of medications. It doesn't mean it's easier or better. It just means you're leaning more on your own body's strength. What an epidural is. An epidural is a type of anesthesia placed in your lower back by a specialist. Within about 10 to 20 minutes, the contractions feel much less painful. You're still awake, aware, and present, but your lower body is numbed. For many women, this makes labor feel more manageable. Natural pain relief. So how do women cope with labor pain naturally? There are many different ways. Breathing techniques are one of the most common. Slowing your breath calms your nervous system, lowers tension, and gives you something steady to hold on to during each contraction. Movement also helps. Walking, swaying, kneeling, or rocking on a birthing ball can ease the pressure and even help the baby move down. Some women also use water, a warm shower, or a birthing pool to relax the body. Touch can play a big role too. Having someone press firmly on your lower back or hips during contractions can relieve the intensity. Sometimes just a hand to hold can change the whole moment. Heat or colds can also bring comfort. A warm compress on your lower back, or a cool cloth on your face when you feel overheated. For others, it's sound. Soft music, calming tracks, or even chanting low sounds can shift your focus. And then there's visualization, using your mind to focus on an image or story instead of the pain. Some moms picture a wave rising and falling. Others imagine opening flowers. For me, visualization was the most powerful tool. When I was delivering my baby girl, my husband and my 4-year-old son were in another room at the hospital, but in my mind, they were right there with me. With every contraction, I closed my eyes and pictured us climbing a mountain together. Each wave of pain was another step upward. In my visualization, my husband held my hand, and my little boy reached out to help me climb. That image carried me through. It turned the pain into a journey. A climb I wasn't doing alone. Visualization doesn't take the pain away, but it can transform it. It gives your mind something to hold on to. Pros of natural birth. Many women choose natural birth because there are no medication side effects for them or the baby. You have the freedom to move and use your body however you want. Recovery can often feel quicker afterward. And for some, there's a deep sense of connection and empowerment. For me, visualization was what created that feeling of connection. Cons of natural birth. But let's be real. Natural birth has challenges too. The pain can be very intense, sometimes overwhelming. Labor may feel longer and more exhausting without pain relief. Anxiety or fatigue can creep in, making it harder to cope. And sometimes, even if you prepare for natural, you may still decide to switch to medication later. In my own experience, the pain was at times unbearable. I remember shaking from head to toe because the contractions were so strong. And honestly, I sometimes forgot to slow my breathing. But when I managed to shift my mind back, focusing on each breath and holding on to my visualization, it gave me just enough control to ride through the next wave. Pros of epidural. Epidurals bring major benefits too. They provide strong, reliable pain relief, often within minutes. For many women, it feels like night and day once the epidural takes effect. You remain awake and present, so you don't miss the moment your baby arrives. The dosage can also be adjusted to fit your needs. Some epidurals are lighter, allowing you to still feel pressure and participate in pushing, while others provide stronger numbness if that's what you prefer. And if labor is long, and for some women it can last many hours, an epidural gives you the chance to actually rest and regain your strength before the final stage. That rest can be so valuable when it's time to push. For some mothers, choosing an epidural is simply the most compassionate choice for themselves. It allows them to focus on the joy of meeting their baby rather than only the intensity of pain. And that's perfectly okay. Cons of epidural. But there are also trade-offs. With an epidural, your legs may feel weak or numb, which limits your mobility. That means you won't be able to walk around freely, and you'll likely stay in bed for the rest of labor. Because you don't feel contractions as strongly, pushing can sometimes be harder or take longer, though your care team will guide and support you through it. There can also be side effects, like a temporary drop in blood pressure or a headache afterward. And in some cases, timing can be an issue. If labor moves too quickly, there may not be enough time to place the epidural before delivery. But it's important to say this clearly. Choosing an epidural doesn't make your birth less natural, less strong, or less meaningful. It simply means you chose comfort, safety, and peace of mind for yourself and your baby. And that is a powerful decision. I remember a colleague of mine who shared her birth story with me. She had always imagined going natural, but after 14 hours of contractions, she was completely exhausted. She asked for an epidural, finally rested, and when it was time to push, she said she felt calmer, more present, and was able to truly enjoy the moment her baby arrived. She told me later, "I don't regret it at all. It gave me the strength I needed to meet my baby with a clear head and full heart." Stories like hers remind us, every path to bringing your baby into the world is valid, and what matters most is that you feel supported. It's not always either or. One important thing to remember is that birth isn't always a strict choice between natural and epidural. Some women begin naturally with breathing, massage, or visualization, and then choose an epidural later if they need it. Others go for something in between, like nitrous oxide or IV medication. It's not about being all or nothing. It's about having tools and using the ones that help you most in the moment. How to decide? So how do you decide what's right for you? Think about your pregnancy. Is it low risk or high risk? Consider your personality. How do you usually handle pain and stress? Ask yourself whether mobility matters more to you, or whether you'd rather prioritize comfort. And check what your hospital or birth center actually offers. But most of all, listen to what feels right for you. Flexibility is key. The truth is, no birth goes exactly according to plan. You might prepare for natural and then ask for an epidural halfway through. Or you might plan for an epidural, but your baby comes too fast for one. Neither of those makes your story less meaningful. The best birth is the one where you feel safe, informed, and respected. So, natural birth or epidural? The answer isn't about which is better. It's about what helps you bring your baby into the world in the safest, most empowering way possible. For me, it was climbing that mountain in my mind, with my husband and little boy helping me through each contraction, until I finally reached the moment I held my baby girl. Your story may look different, and that's the beauty of it. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe. And tell me in the comments, what's your birth plan, and how do you picture getting through those contractions?